you know what we'll do? Do you know what we'll do? We'll do EU, because there's something I want to show you. I've been doing a lot of housing recently. I say a lot of housing. I've been trying to finish one build. And I can now say that build is finished. My first build in ESO, which is the Cobalt Cottage, which is a home that I've designed for, based on Critical Role, as my main character is Yasha on EU. So this is meant to be kind of like a house for Yasha. Spoilers for the end of campaign 2, by the way. Just preface that. Yeah, this is meant to be a house inspired by where Beau and Yasha settled down after the campaign. It has taken me many months to... it's taken me many months to do. And I have the unique challenge, we'll call it. So, in Elder Scrolls, you have 100... the amount of slots you get to furnish a home varies depending on the size of the home. For this house specifically, which is Autumn's Gate, you get 100 slots. That's both for out here, kind of the external courtyard sort of area, and interior decoration, right? So you've got 100 slots between the two, if you're a free player. If you have an Elder Scrolls Online Plus subscription, that's increased to 200, so it's doubled. So, being not an ESO Plus player, I have 100 slots. I've used a couple of special furnishings and collectible furnishings just to pad it out a little bit, but 100 slots. Totally doable. So, while we're here, I thought, why not do like a director's commentary? A director's commentary of what the heck I was thinking making this place, right? Because I know Nordenheim has seen it. And I've had some help from him, from Nordenheim's community, which I'm part of, the Holder folk. Some of you are in chat, I'm pretty sure. Scoutini, especially, has been helping within the past couple of weeks, I want to say, with interior furnishings and plans and just gifting all sorts of stuff. And it is so wholesome and so hecking appreciated. You have no idea. I did list this a couple of days ago. So, let's start with out here. So it's a very simple, very homely kind of place, right? Yeah, so you've got the washing line here, and just, I imagine this to be kind of Beau's garden area, like sunflowers and just plants that we would recognise. You know, roses at the back here, sunflowers. I mean, I could do a little bit more, but again, 100 slots only gets you so far, right? Tied up to a tree, pole in the middle. This pole was a lifesaver. I wasn't sure about it, but it actually looks really good now. Again, kind of using this basket as like for washing, kind of laundry bag purposes. Nice little lantern up there and a tree. And I imagine this to be like, you know, Beau climbing up the tree to just trying to get the washing up and down off the line, that kind of thing. You'll notice there were hedges here. I got rid of them. I don't know what to do with this area, even though I've only got 0 slots left. But if I get ESO Plus, then maybe I can do something with that area. And then we head to... I want to say this is Yasha's side of the garden, or Yasha's side of the lawn, but you'll see. Yeah, so we've got this kind of memorial space, I want to say, full of kind of a lot more colour, like bioluminescent plants, vines, like these are... the Moonlit Ivy drape, which I think Scoutini gave me. Oh, that was so kind of them to do that, because I imagine when this is at nighttime, it is going to look really nice. That is the one thing I'm missing, by the way. I don't have a day, like a... Oh god, don't remember what the phrase is, but it's the time changer furnishing. I've got the weather one, which is up there. You'll see eventually. We'll get into that. I need to get the time dilation one because I think this would be really nice. It's like an evening kind of nighttime build. It works in any light, to be fair, but I feel like making this pop over here with all these lights. There is here the Clockwork Planter and the Trinomax Shrine with some butterflies around it. So the butterflies are meant to be a reference to Yasha's flower pressing specifically. I think it just kind of looks nice that they're circling this sword. The Trinomax Shrine is actually meant to be a reference to Yasha's god. So Yasha is a barbarian, a zealot barbarian in D&D, and she has a connection to a divine entity known as the Stormlord. Yeah, called the Stormlord, the Storm God and the Lord of Battle and Warfare. Symbol is like a shield with like a wooden shield, round wooden shield, red kind of diamonds in 4 points around the edge, red diamond in the center, crossed by two blue thunderbolts. So yeah, being a god of battle, a sword seems like the most appropriate thing to be praying to or to have as a symbol, and then you have blue butterflies around it. It's a double reference basically. You'll notice that yeah, I did change the windows on the outside to these red guard ones, which are really nice. I think it changes the dynamic of the house. Let me show you what it looks like before that, actually. If I remember how to control. Yeah. So if I remove this, that's just how it looks like normally. So you can see a massive window, massive improvement. On to... Do you want to do the waterfall first? Let's do the waterfall first. So, this waterfall was a pain in my ass to build. Because this specific waterfall, the Small Everlasting, you have to complete, I believe it's 30 daily quests for one specific NPC. Within the rotation of those daily missions is a small dungeon area. Anyways, one of these grottos, which contains a load of Daedric spider enemies. And if you know me, I have arachnophobia, and I have to scream all the way through this content just to get this damned waterfall. I suffer for my art. I really do. But yeah, I got that done a couple of months ago, so I could finally finish this. So, as you can tell, this is meant to be an outdoor shower. I can imagine, if you will, Beau comes home through this here door from a long day of work. A long day of work at the Cobalt Soul. You know, says hi to Yasha. You know, hey babe, what's going on? That kind of deal, right? And then just strolls on over to take a shower. And Yasha, being a respectful and supportive wife, doesn't look, right? So yeah, to get that effect, I have an alien switch here that does absolutely nothing apart from glow. But I do like that the glow matches the weather control up there, the the icon of storm control, because that way it looks like the water is infinitely being magically recycled somehow. Also, it just helps this build stay kind of completely clear, because I think also I can't really reach it, so I can't show you, but in kind of, I don't like it particularly raining or anything like that, a basin to put all your dirty clothes in, candle in case you come home from work late, and this was really the main thing I built. This is the thing I built this whole build around, right? Just so much work gone into that. I don't know what I'd do to improve it if given more slots, but, you know, looks pretty good to me. And then we have this Oh god. This area. So this is supposed to be kind of Beau's workshop training meditation area, right? And as we know, all monks have to stay nimble, right? They've got to stretch. They've got to make sure they're all limber and they can pop up, right? So I don't think Nord got this reference when he did come through a couple of months ago or a couple of weeks ago, whenever it was. There was a pole in the armory station for exercise and nothing else. And nothing else. Let's go inside. And so yeah, that brings us on to indoors. I think indoors has been where simultaneously the most work has happened and still the most work needs to happen. Beau comes home. There is gay panic every single day, for sure. Hell, this might even be their, like, holiday home. We have a dog. This isn't strictly canon, but I imagine them to have a pet. I chose a dog only because Marisha Ray, who plays Beau, her and Matt Mercer, big shout out, have a real life pet dog called Omar. I can't remember Omar's breed. Is he a Shiba? A Shiba Inu? I don't know. But yeah, they have a very real dog called Omar. And I thought, you know what? Let's honour that with Beau and Yasha having their own pet dog. Omar and Dagon the Burb. I keep forgetting about Dagon the Burb. But yeah, I thought, do you know what? Yasha seems like it's a nice reference to have a dog for Beau and Yasha, as well as, you know, Marisha generally. Because I can imagine while Beau is doing all of her fancy crime fighting, adventuring Cobalt Soul stuff, Yasha's just tending to like a herb garden and going to the market and doing home improvement and cooking and, you know, maybe taking the dog for a walk, right? A blue wearing doggo, Cobalt Monkey. Yeah, I was thinking the blue would be a Cobalt Soul reference as well, like Cobalt Doggo, you know? If they ever did, oh god, what was the game they used to play? Honey Heist? Where everyone was bears? If they ever did like a doggo based heist, right? I imagine this dog specifically, like Beau and Yasha's Cobalt dog, would be great for that. You can see kind of an in the round kind, like this needs a little bit of work if I have more slots. But yeah, I was thinking this was a very nice kind of LA penthouse kind of pit to entertain guests and just like sit, drink mead, drink wine, drink beer, just drink, have fun. You know, Tales of Tribute game here going on. Show you what it looks like. You know, sitting by the open fire, playing Tales, good food on the go. Very, very homely kind of vibe. Like, I do need to get some more shelves and more, like, produce, potatoes, maybe just food in general that looks like it's been, that it's, you know, a well-stocked place. I did originally want this corner wall here to be kind of like a desk kind of setup full of like books and things that Beau would be reading and studying, things like that. We've also got a raised section here for like a more formal dining table. I wanted to put like a few more chairs here, make it a longer table, enough for like 6 or 9 guests. Mighty 9, obviously. But I just don't have the slots for it, but yeah, bare minimum, I think this looks okay. Obviously, could furnish it with some plates and candles and things. I plan to do some pathing on the dog as well if I can get the right angle on it for him, them to roam around. Yeah, this wasn't too bad of a job to cobble up here just to hide some of it. But yeah, also carpet on the wall. Everyone loves a carpet on the wall. Just to give it more of a blue, like, I feel like blue and red are a good combination of colours here. Like, I did go for a lot of high aisle, red guard. Yeah, like a mix of high aisle, red guard, and that kind of motif. And now, the bedroom. So, very simple bedroom, very just small, elegant-ish, still functional. Again, interior needs a lot more work. I did follow through with the windows being on the inside as well, just so you have a lot of natural light coming in and just makes a little bit more sense thematically from inside to out, so it's just a bit more... The word I would use is just continuity. It's a film term. Makeup, getting prepared for the day kind of area. This was a find to find the vanity. I could do with like some clutter on here, like makeup brushes, that kind of thing. No space for wardrobe, which I would have liked, but we've got a chest of drawers anyway, which is just as good, like for a holiday home kind of thing. Makes me think, if you ever want grape friends for outside as an Easter egg to Beau's family business, I can craft short and long ones. Ooh, that might be good. I'm wondering how much she would have actually made after the campaign. But I definitely want... I feel like this keg could be a good reference to that as well. Or just generally having wine bottles everywhere. But, like, yeah, I mean... I could kind of see that. I do like the sunflowers out front, though. I don't know, something about that it feels nice. Red guard tapestry, again. Floor furnishings on the wall. Wall furnishings on the floor. Again, blue theme. Blue, red, kind of wooden and white in here. I really like the Breton carpet as a wallpaper, and then because I've used this brown texture to mimic the wood, and I think that looks really nice. Like, I know it's a bit more uneven slash textured, but I don't know. I feel like it works given that this wall has a bit of bumpy texture to it. Like, this whole place has like wood sticking out, that sort of thing. So I don't think it's too bad for like the wallpaper to mold to like the plaster or something like that. Then the bed. I mean, I really wanted the 4-poster bed. Thought the red fabric was really nice. I wanted to mimic that and wanted... Well, where would this fabric come from? And thought, you know what? Let's just stick a vampire drape up into the ceiling so it gives it a bit more of like a grander feel. Never occurred to me to put a tapestry as a rug until now. Really? I thought it was a pretty common trick. Yeah, so red guard tapestry as a carpet. I think this is just a regular carpet here. Yeah, the high owl octagonal rug. This is carpet ballroom. I think outside I have one as well. Orcish carpet, fringed. Yeah, they're all carpets. So, final 2 notes in this room. Final 2 notes. I'm going to start with this shelf. And I think that's all I need to say on the shelf. A holy sign, a sculpture, shrine, icon of Dibella. And as we know from Elder Scrolls Skyrim, Dibella is, I believe, the Daedric Prince of Beauty and Art, I believe. Dibella, known as the Lady, the Passion Dancer, our Blessed Lady, Lady of Love, Queen of Heaven, and the Goddess of Beauty, Love, Affection, Beauty, Art, Music. So I think that's thematically appropriate to have a sigil or Aedra, not Daedra, but otherwise. Oh, she's Aedric. I didn't know that. To be fair, Aedra and Daedra are originally the same beings. Only difference is Aedra participated in creating his known, Daedra did not. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I got confused between Dibella and I believe it's Sanguine. Sanguine is also the Daedric lord of hedonism and hedonism and passion, I believe, as well as blood and some other things that they dabble in. But yeah, I don't think Yasha and Beau are particularly religious as such, but it does not harm to have a sigil of love and passion and beauty in a sacred space like your own bedroom. A little more tame, we'll say. And the final reference here is still within the bed itself. I have cobbled a mirror into the bed. Because this bed, the mirror is a... you can imagine what it's used for. It's a reference in Critical Role to Caleb's 9-sided tower, which is an extra dimensional space where the party can rest, or anyone who Caleb deems worthy of entering. You know, allies, people like that. Their needs are taken care of. If they need rest, there is plenty of bedrooms. It is a space that he can morph to his needs. Plenty of kitchens, plenty of cats, from what I remember. Every servant is a cat. There are cat tubes everywhere, all sorts. And I believe in one of the episodes, Beau and Yasha, well, one of them, I believe, asked for a room. At the time, they were kind of flirting, Beau and Yasha. So Caleb, played by Liam O'Brien, asked what sort of things would the group like within the tower, and it shall be made. Beau asked, I believe it was Beau, Beau asked for a mirror to be installed above her bed. The bed that her and Yasha spent a night together in. So this is a reference to that, the fact that, you know, Beau seems to be into that. If it isn't bad enough, there's a mirror above her bed here. Or a mirror above the bed here. But then if you look directly opposite, where your head would be, there you have this large mirror on the vanity as well. I didn't think of that until just now, by the way. That is pure coincidence. I think the only things I would add in here are obviously like a couple more kind of like books, candles, just a general clutter. Yeah, that is what I have done with 100 Thoughts, and it does look pretty good. I think the outside is more complete than the inside, but I don't hate it. This is a good starting point. But yeah, that has been the director's cut of Autumn's Gate, I guess.